Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kid Lee, and this is the TOR report for the week of October 26, 2013. In this week's news, there is absolutely nothing. Nothing interesting going on at all. I searched the galaxy far and wide, and there's just nothing going on this week. I think the devs put out just a ton of news last week, so they're like, we don't need to do nothing this week. So instead, I'm just going to leave you guys with a little bit of a tidbit. Did you know that Jedi Grandmaster Satele Shan and Supreme Commander Jace Malcolm had a child named Theron? And then Theron and Master Nostoral took down a Star Destroyer that was powered by the dark side. And if they hadn't have done this, then it probably would have won the war for the Sith Empire. Well, maybe that'd be an idea for something for me to put on my channel. Sort of a couple of episodes or a show on lore that most people don't know about. I don't know. What do you guys think? Well, let's go ahead and move on to some dev chat. People are still wanting to know if they are planning to implement the in-game cartel coins purchase along with the 50% discount for the first purchase for subscribers. Eric Musco then posts, "We have not scrapped the idea and it is still our goal to release it. Right now we are still working through some issues with the system." Eric Musco has posted they are working out their Cantina tour schedule for next year, and it is their intent to hit up some of the big conventions once again, such as PAX and the San Diego and New York Comic-Cons. And finally, Eric Musco has some unfortunate news saying they have to delay the start of Season 1 Ranked Warzone Arenas because of a bug. The original target date was set for Tuesday, October 29th. This bug can cause some very serious rating inflations to happen. The team's new target date is now November 12th. And we'll go ahead and move on to the Swtor how-to. One question that I see quite a bit from new players is, how do I know what my primary stat is? Or how do I know what my companion's primary stat is? Well, let me go ahead and show you how to figure that out. First of all, we'll start with my character. If you open up your character sheet, you see all of the stats listed sort of on the left side here. If you scroll down the stats, whichever one has the most sort of abilities under it is considered your primary stat. So here we're on a trooper, so the primary stat is aim. Now if we switch over to the companion, again you can just go ahead and do the same thing, kind of scroll down and see which one has got the most underneath it, and once again you can see that Dorn here is aim. Now if you want a second method for the companions, what you can do is click up on the mission log, go to the codex, then go to the persons of note and find whichever companion you're looking for. And again, we're looking for Dorn here. If you scroll down to the bottom of the list, it'll actually tell you a primary stat aim, secondary stat endurance, and it gives you her weapon info and a bunch more info as well. The only companion in the game that has two sort of primary stats is HK51. For him, it's both aim and cunning. So that'll go ahead and wrap that up. If you would like to send me a question, send questions to kidleeasf@gmail.com or send me a private message on YouTube. The first question of the day comes in from Wag. He asks, how do I get a spaceship? I am currently level 17 and my droid wants to speak in my ship, although I do not have one. Basically, if you just keep following your main quest, you will eventually get it. It all kind of comes down to how fast you level on the home world, whether it be Curson or Drum and Koss. Some people can get it as early as 15. Some people, I think I've heard the high end, like the super high end, is maybe 2021. But basically, just keep following that main quest line, and eventually you will just get it. Jeff22 asks, when I play MMOs, I like being very thorough. In doing so, I usually end up going to the next planet zone 1, 2, or several levels ahead of what the next zone min requires. Is there a recommendation in regards to strategies such as Tython, don't leave until 11, or Coruscant 22? Well, here is what I like to do. And first of all, I will say the starting planets, you do not want to leave those until level 10, because once you go to the fleet and you step off that shuttle, you meet with your advanced class trainer. And if you are not level 10, you cannot meet with them, and that sort of delays your actions. But here's what I like to do. I like to base everything let me try that again. I like to base everything off of the main story. So if I'm on Alderaan and the main story is 2 to 3 levels below where I am and it wants me to go to the next planet, it's usually time to leave, because if I delay that too long, then I'm not getting the experience then that what I would normally get if I was doing it, level on level, or if it was maybe 1 or 2 levels above me. So you really don't want to undercut yourself, because like I said, you just end up losing levels and experience that way. And the final question for the day comes in from Jedi Shine. They ask, help, I have marked a target and am unable to remove the mark. How do I do that? Well, I assume that you're referring to the actual target marks like the gun, the lightsaber, and so on. Whether you have it hotkeyed or not, the method is still the same. If you basically mark the target with a gun and you need to remove that, all you need to do is try and remark it a second time with the same one, and it will remove it. Now, me personally, I have all those hotkeys on my number pad, so I can just hit like 7 or whatever, and it adds it, hit 7 again, and it removes it. It's a very nice and simple system. But that will do it for this episode of the TOR Report. Now, I've got to warn you, I have an event coming up next weekend, so I hope I can get a TOR Report out next weekend. It might be an abbreviated or shortened version, so we will have to see on that. So with that being said, everybody keep playing and have fun.